case was finally drawing to a close. Felt like weeks, but I'm sure it had only been days. Days since I was thrust into this gritty world again, a place I had never wanted to revisit for my own sake. It was dangerous work, destructive work. But is anything more satisfying than solving a trail of blood and conspiracy? And that's what drew me back in. The enigma of a fresh case, the mystery of an anonymous tip-off, the proverbial calling card. I'd received a tip-off. Why it was sent to me and not the police was what got me interested. Whoever sent it clearly wanted me on the job and not those buffoons in blue. It was a nice enough morning. What I found, however, was not as such. He was just a kid. Average height, medium build, dead too. Messed up his face pretty bad. Point blank gunshots were never pretty. There was only one clue to be found. Ace of Hearts. Calling card indeed. The gate wasn't locked, yet it appeared so. The place was seemingly deserted. Therefore, it was perfect for a meeting, or a trap. As I travelled deeper into the secluded space, I felt uneasy. I was being directed around by a maniac with a thing for cards. I was probably heading for death, but the case needed me to solve it. I didn't come out of retirement just to quit when things got risky. Only one more person needed to die, and I would make sure it was him, for the sake of the messenger who sent me here. The weather reeked of premonition. Another tip-off had led me to this park, and it seemed that the same killer had been at work. The Ace of Spades greeted me, wet, cold, and downstream. But what was its origin? I was lucky I arrived when I did. That card saved me from having to look for the body, and I hated looking for bodies. The longer it took, the worse they looked. And this one was much like the last. Kid, gunshot, dead. Point blank again. No wonder he covers them with towels. There was only one clue to be found. Warehouse 105 it read. I knew of the place. A meth lab used to operate out of one of the derelict factories there. With my next destination in mind, I left the body to the elements. I felt like I was getting close, but I wasn't even sure what I was looking for. I toyed with the idea of reflecting on my life. These could be my final moments. But I had work to do. The stage was set. It was time to make my move. I hated when they ran, and they always did. I was out of shape, and easily escaped. The bastard was taunting me. But I wasn't done here. Not yet. He said he was a survivor, the first person to be faced by the solitaire killer, and the only one to live. He was acting as a medium between us, only here to pass on this message. The Ace of Spades, and further directions. The Gilletta house was an infamous hangout for drug dealers and scum. What a perfect setting for the final act. This was it. Time to face this monster and bring this tale of death and deception to a close. I was starting to regret pawning my Glock. However, this was no time for regret. It was time for justice.
Really?
The game is up, solitaire killer.
solitaire. The cards don't always fall in your favor. Play the game.
I decided to play along, but it's not like I had much of a choice. My palms were sweating, my breath was uneven, and the odds were against me. I was unarmed. I wouldn't stand much of a chance if I just rushed him. I had to make use of my environment. God, I hated this damn card game. I could never finish it.